Alrighty, what I want to go ahead and do is go over the first page of the Unit 2 test review. So, number 1 says determine the slope of the line that contains the given points. So I have these 2 points for each problem, and I'm going to go ahead and use that slope formula that we know. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So all of these should be your x1s. All of these should be your y1s. Here, these are your x2s, and then these are your y2s. Okay? And then I like to draw these brackets just to know what I need to do when I am plugging these numbers in. It's just helpful. So let's plug it in, let's start plugging them in. So I have m equals 6 minus 1 over 8 minus 8. That's 5. And then 8 minus 8 is 0. So really, this is, if you have a number in the denominator, that means it's undefined. And you are required to state it's undefined. You cannot leave your answer as 5 over 0. You cannot leave your answer as 5 over 0. So make sure you write undefined. Very, very important. That's the slope of that line. Okay? And then here, I got m equals 0 minus 0 over 4 minus 0. 0 minus 0 is 0, and then 4 minus 0 is 4. So really, this is a 0 slope. That's the answer. 0 slope. Unless I did this wrong. Oh, whoa, no. Sorry. I thought that was a 0. My bad. So m equals 0 minus 6 over 4 minus 0. That's 0 minus 6. It's gonna become negative. So negative 6 over 4. Then I can reduce that because 2 goes into 6 and 2 goes into 4. So that's negative 3 over 2. That's my answer. Okay. And over here, I got m equals 1 minus 4 over 8 minus 5, negative 3 over 3. I can reduce that. That's going to become negative 1. So this is my slope. Okay? All right. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of a segment with a given point. So this is my keyword, midpoint. So I'm using this formula, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, and then comma, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. I'm taking the average of the x's as well as the averages, the average of the y values. So I'm going to use my little brackets again, and I'm saying, okay, that's negative 15 plus 2 over 2, comma, 4 plus negative 10 over 2, and then I simplify that. That's going to become, negative 15 plus 2 is negative 13 over 2, and then 4 plus negative 10, that's basically saying 4 minus 10. So 4 minus 10, 4 minus 10, that's a negative 6 over 2. And I can definitely reduce that. Not the negative 13 over 2, that's going to stay. But that negative 6 divided by 2, that's a negative 3. So I can write this. So that means that this here is my answer. Okay, negative 13 over 2, comma, negative 3. Okay? Now we're getting into the decimals. That's awesome. So, negative 2. All right, first of all, let's do this. So, negative 2.4 plus negative 6 over 2. Then, comma, negative 14 plus negative 6.8 over 2. So then, what is this going to be? Negative 2.4 plus negative 6 is negative 8.4 divided by 2, comma, negative 14 plus negative 6.8. This is going to become a negative, right? So negative 14 minus 6.8, that is negative 20.8 over 2. So then I'm going to reduce this because negative 8.4 divided by 2 is negative 4.2, comma, negative 20.8 divided by 2, negative 10.4. Okay, that's my answer. All right. This is 2C, by the way. It's this graph. And then I'm going to go ahead and use these 2 points. So 2 is paired up with negative 4. 3 is paired up with negative 4 there as well. So my midpoint is 2 plus negative 4 over 2, comma, 3 plus negative 4 over 2. And then this is 2 plus negative 4, which is saying 2 minus 4, which is negative 2 over 2, comma, 3 plus negative 4. That's really going to be a minus now. So 3 minus 4 is negative 1/2, or negative 1 over 2. I reduce, and this is my answer. Negative 1 over negative 1/2. Okay? So, really, this is x1, y1, x2, y2, x1, y1, x2, y2, and then x1, y1, x2, y2, and I'm using this formula and plugging them in. Alright, number 3, find the distance between each pair of points. So what is the distance between these 2 points? So remember, the distance formula is d equals the square root of x2 minus x1 the quantity squared plus y2 minus y1 the quantity squared. Okay, so I can go ahead and call this, I don't know, I'll call this x2 x1, y2 y1, and then I'm going to go ahead and start plugging that into my formula. So I have d equals the square root of negative 3 minus 2 quantity squared plus 4 minus negative 4 quantity squared. Okay, and then I can stop right here and plug it into my calculator. So I press second x squared and then type it in. So I have parentheses, negative 3 minus 2, close the parentheses, square that, press the right arrow key, plus 4 minus negative 4 quantity squared. Hit enter, and your answer should be, what is it asking me to do? Does it tell me to round? Okay, we're going to say round to the nearest 10th if needed, but in this case, the 4th carries the 10th place, but the 3 doesn't do anything. So that means my answer is 9.4. That's my answer, 9.4. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and do this problem. So it's just me doing the same thing. I'll call this x2, y2, x1, y1, and d is equal to the square root of negative 7 minus 3 quantity squared plus, okay, let me go ahead and just move this stuff over here, plus 5 minus negative 5 quantity squared. So that's equal to, well, negative 7 minus 3. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need to go further because I can just put it in the calculator. I can basically stop here and then put it in my calculator. So, oops. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Second quit, second x squared. It is negative 7 minus 3 quantity squared plus 5, 5 minus negative 5 quantity squared. Hit enter. Oop, what do you get? Well, you get 14.1. Yeah, we can say that. 14, or approximately 14.1. That's my answer, 14.1. Okay? So basically, label, plug it in, stop right here, put it in the calculator.